The Purge. Election Day. The film starts on Purge night. A couple of masked men are keeping a family tied up. One of the men says they are going to play Mommy's Choice to see which one of them will live through the night. It is now 18 years later. 2 days before Purge night. We see a news report on Senator Charlie Roan. Elizabeth Mitchell, who is running for presidency and is aiming to get rid of the Purge, stating how it only serves to eliminate the poor. It was her family that was murdered in front of her that night, leaving her as the only survivor. Purging has become so popular that foreigners are visiting the U.S. to get in on the action. Running against her is Minister Edwidge Owens. Kyle Secor. The new Founding Fathers of America want to get rid of Charlie by any means necessary. The leader, Caleb Warrens, Raymond J. Barry, has something sinister in mind. We meet Joe Dixon, Michael T. Williamson, a shop owner. He runs the place with his assistant Marcos, Joseph Julian Soria, while his friend, an EMT named Laney, Betty Gabriel. Marcos spots 2 schoolgirls attempting to shoplift some candy. Joe confronts them, leading one of the girls, Kimmy, Brittany Mirabile, to rudely dismiss him. She is forced to do so when Laney steps in, as Kimmy idolized Laney when she was known as Pequena Myrte. Little Death. Joe then gets a call that his Purge insurance rates have been jacked up, and if he doesn't pay by the next day, his store won't be protected. He decides he has to guard the store himself. Charlie is guarded by Leo Barnes, Frank Grillo, who also wants to put an end to Purge night. She decides to stay in her own home instead of a bunker so that she can stay on the good side of voters. Purge night arrives. The announcement goes off that no one, including elected officials, is off limits tonight. Leo secures Charlie's home, with snipers standing watch outside. Moments into the commencement, all the snipers are shot dead. Leo finds out that Chief Cooper, Ethan Phillips, and tall Eric Busmalis, Adam Cantor, have betrayed them, and are allowing a skinhead team led by Earl Danziger, Terry Serpico, to storm the house. Leo guides Charlie out of the house through a tunnel beneath the house. He then sets off a bomb he left, killing the villains left inside the house. While Laney patrols the city in her van, Joe and Marcos sit on the roof of the store to keep an eye out for purges. A car covered in Christmas lights rolls up. 3 girls with creepy masks step out. One of them takes off her mask, revealing her to be Kimmy, her face caked in blood. She claims to have killed her parents, and she plans to break into the store to retaliate against Joe. Marcos scares her off by shooting her in the ear. Charlie and Leo run out into the streets, trying to avoid the purges. They are ambushed by the foreign purges, as one of them brags about how they'll kill them. Joe and Marcos show up and shoot all the purges. They take Charlie and Leo inside for protection. Joe calls Laney to tell her that they have Charlie with them. Kimmy and her goons return to break into the store. They try to cut through the place with power saws, but Laney shows up and plows Kimmy down with her van. She steps out and shoots the other girls before blowing Kimmy's brains out. Laney urges everyone to hop in the van. Another shoplifter is trying to break in from the back. Joe wants to stay, but Laney won't let him. And when Marcos says he'll stay if Joe stays, Joe decides to join them. The group is shot at by a helicopter. Leo pulls a bullet from his chest from the raid at Charlie's house, discovering a tracker bullet that led the villains to Charlie. As they continue moving, they are followed by some Crips. Joe manages to get him to back off by doing the Crips whistle, revealing his own past as a gang member. The Crips ask the group to help one of their own in exchange for a favor. When Danzinger's teammates show up and find the bullet, they run into the Crips, who shoot them dead. The group goes to a hidden location led by Dante Bishop, Edwin Hodge, the new leader of the anti-Purge movement. Many victims are being treated there by professionals. Charlie tries to persuade Dante to not kill Owens. A death squad infiltrates the place, forcing the group to run. Their van gets rammed by Purges, and Charlie gets taken. Charlie is brought to Owens' church for a Purge mass. Warren prepares to slit her throat, but the others arrive in time, and Marcos kills Warren. The rest of the congregation flees. Dante considers killing Owens, but Charlie and Leo talk him out. Danzinger and his men show up and start purging. He kills Dante and fights with Leo, ending in Leo killing him. Owens's assistant comes out with a gun and heads toward Charlie. Joe steps in and shoots at the man, taking a few shots himself before getting the guy with a headshot. Joe succumbs to his wound and states his hope for Charlie to win and for Marcos to take care of the store. 2 months later, it's election day. Charlie wins the presidency in a landslide and proceeds to start the plan to get rid of Purge Night. Marcos and Laney now take care of Joe's store in his memory. We hear a news report that Purge supporters are reacting to the election results with violence.